What is going on, my broskiis? My name is TheLordShiro, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and we're going to be having a look at yet another Sugofest exclusive that is coming alongside Monkey D. Dragon with Ivankov and Kuma. We have a secondary legend, which basically wasn't really advertised, so let's see here, let me see real quick. Ginny is a standard Sugo rare. Interesting. The fact that it is debuting on a Kizuna Clash Sugofest, I wonder if this character is going to be considered still a normal legend, or if it is going to be considered a Kizuna legend. I hope that this character is just considered normal, as it's stated here. It is stated before, by the way, we have our dedicated video talking about the release of Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma. Of course, this character is going to be an anniversary exclusive. Make sure to go check out the YouTube channel to see my full live reaction of all the characters' details. We're going to take a look at Ginny now and see what her abilities are. Now, the fact that this character is considered a standard Sugo rare character means that the abilities are going to be nowhere near as good as what Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma were. However, the character having Super Tandem, it is interesting, and the fact that it is a Super Tandem from a generically released legend means that you know, getting this character maxed out Super Tandem wise is far easier compared to other characters in the game. So let's go ahead and break down exactly what this character is doing. This character is Shooter Cerebral. Very interesting class combo. Let's have a look and see what's going on. So, key points. She changes Shooter characters to Super Shooter and has a Super Tandem. Her special is if you have 3 more Rev Armies on the crew, it allows you to choose to completely remove crew's captain swap and applies a set target status. Brother, set target status is so broken. Let's go. All right, let's get into this. Dex Shooter Cerebral. Special ability reduces bind duration by 6 turns. Okay, she has barrier, pierce, and fear reduction. That's good. Reduces 6 turns of bind. Reduces damage reduction by 6 turns, which is Rainbow Shield. Boosts Shooter or Cerebral classes slot effects by 3 times for 2 turns. I guess it's both Shooter and Cerebral, but so Shooter and Cerebral get 3 times all boost for 2 turns, and you can buff it twice. Okay. If 10 or more recovery slots were used for normal attacks, or your crew's auto heal status has 8 or more turns remaining when the special is launched, further increases your slot effects by 0.5 and extended by 1 turn. Okay, let's be real, this effect is basically like whatever, you're never really going to see this. And then when 3 or more Rev Armies are on the crew, you can completely remove your captain swap, applies set target status for 3 turns. 3 turns, that's actually a lot. Okay. And then it is double damage for Cerebral and Shooters. Okay, so the way that I see this character is this is redundant. I don't think this is going to be important unless if like this character's kit has an ability to just generate this for you. We'll see though. The bind removal and the Rainbow Shield is good. You get the orb boost and then the set target status. I think that for a generic legend that's quite strong, this is a very strong ability. The fact that the set target status works for both Shooter and Cerebral, the orb boost is for both of those characters, and you get utility. It seems good on paper. I really hope that the character does have a superclass. I hope that the superclass can be activated as a crewmate. But then again, because there is like the whole captain switch mechanic with Dragon, my assumption is that this character probably can't use the EX or the super type as a crewmate. We'll see. Then we have the captain ability, which is going to give 2 turns of cooldown at the start of the quest. Dex type and Shooter and Cerebrals get 5.25 times attack, 5.75 times when you have a recovery or a tandem slot on top of 1.3 times recovery. Dex and Shooter Cerebral Dex recovery tandem are matching. If a Dex or Shooter Cerebral character has super effective damage, you get a guaranteed recovery slot in the next turn. Okay, that seems pretty decent. This kind of ability is very, very neat. However, characters that have had this in the past have typically like either given you a matching slot or given you a Wano slot. I think that the Wano slot one is way more powerful because obviously Wano slots are just inherently give you more damage, but also the ability to just resist enemy orb change is a really powerful thing as well. But still, generating recovery slots every time you hit with super effective damage, it could be pretty useful. Crewmate ability gives you a full board of recovery at the start of the quest. That's really cool. Recovery and matching, and if you have a Shooter or Cerebral territory, you get the additional statistics. Nothing crazy there. The Super Tandem ability when you have 2 or more of the following characters, and the Super Tandem is essentially the same types of units that were available with the Dragon stuff, in terms of like a Dragon, you have Morley, Karasu, Lindbergh, Bello Betty, Hacknicker, Robin, Koala, and Sabo. You give 1500 base attack to the final tap Sugo special for 1 turn, and then further boost the chain by 1.5 times. Okay, this Super Tandem is really bad, but at the end of the day, the point of this character is to trigger the Super Tandem to then go all the way back up to this guy right here, because this character has has Super Tandem Boost, which will give you bigger boosts to Egghead and Rev Army characters. So that is the goal, right? The Super Tandem, the effect itself is whatever. It's supposed to be used with Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma to generate even more damage via that effect. So the Super Tandem itself doesn't really give you like crazy damage. It's just the fact that by activating the Super Tandem Boost, that's when things get kind of crazy. So the Super Class ability, it says when 3 more following characters are on the crew, you can activate it as a crewmate. Yes, let's go. So you need 3 of the following characters still, which can be kind of tough. Super Shooter, changes all slots into recovery, including block. You can perform Super Tandem with recovery slots, which is great. 70% damage reduction. Further increases damage taken effect by the enemies by 0.5, so great synergy with the Dragon, Ivankov, Kuma character. And I think that having a super class ability that can generate all of this as a crewmate is pretty strong. I do like that, actually. And then making Super Tandems activatable via the recovery slots, also a really, really cool ability. I like that a lot. So if you just think, as a sub, getting this, the orb boost, the set target status, and then you also can get the Super Tandem, and you can also get the full border slots, you can also get the damage reduction, which you could potentially get damage reduction based attack boost if there's characters like that, buffing the increased damage taken on the opponent. I mean, Ginny seems pretty good for a normal legend, honestly. But of course, this character is so focused around using these Rev Army characters that outside of using them with the Rev Armies, I don't really see Ginny being like all that crazy, to be honest. But again, for a normal legend, seems pretty good. The support effect attaches to any Dex character that is also a Rev Army, and it says once per quest, if you use the special, reduces Rainbow Shield by 1, and then further boosts your orbs by 0.25. I mean, it's okay, it's fine. And in Rumble, she is considered another support style unit. Again, I haven't read the abilities yet, but if this character is centered around using Rev Armies and Cerebrals, then having another support unit on top of, we just got Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma, that's going to feel kind of weird, right? Let's see. The Rumble special, 32 CT, Dex and Cerebral get 7 defense and 7 speed. Your Rev Army teammates, you get auto interval healing, which is whatever. When you have 5 more Cerebrals, attack style teammates for attack up 10, CT up level 5. Wow, that's an incredible ability right there. Wow. So yeah, this character just makes your attack style units go crazy. I mean, you get the defense and the speed, and then you also get your attack style units to get level 10 attack and level 5 CT. Obviously, the main issue is it's a 32 CT, which is quite high, but for what you get out of it, it's a pretty powerful ability. And then the Rumble ability, Dex Cerebral, 5 HP, 5 attack, 5 speed. Your Rev Army teammates get level 3 CT increase, which is great. And for the first 30 seconds, this character also gets a level 8 CT increase. Okay, that does make a little bit of sense. To make this character launch as fast as you possibly can, you would typically want this character to launch first before your attack style units do anything. But then this special ability speeds up your attack style units to hit even harder, right? Makes sense. So there you go. That is the breakdown of Ginny. So Ginny, the way that I kind of see this unit is pretty much as we expected, is just going to be the support role character to be used alongside Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma. It's a way to sell both of them together as a package. Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma really wants you to run a lot of those Rev Army characters, and having a character such as this makes a lot of sense. This character is going to work really, really well with those characters, but it really comes down to how accessible the Rev Army tag is going to be. And this is the main issue that we've had with character tags moving forward, is we like what they're doing here. I like the freshness that they're doing, and the design behind these tags makes a lot of sense. But if we don't have the right characters to use them with, then it just doesn't make any sense at all. So we'll see what happens moving forward. As I said, the whole character tag function, it sounds really good on paper, but for a new player, returning player, you don't have an established account, this is going to be a really tricky set of characters to actually use. But overall, I think these characters are pretty cool. I like what they've done here. Pretty cool looking stuff. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions about Ginny down below in the comment section. Really interesting stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to go ahead, leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.